And my family, my father as well, has grown himself into those level, and I'm the result.
요즘 많은 분들이 러시아의 우크라이나 침공을 두고 지난날 한국이 떠올라 마음이 아프다라고 말씀하십니다. 일제강점기와 한국 전쟁 등을 거치며 나라를 지키기 위해 목숨을 걸고 치열하게 싸웠던 기억이 있기에 우리가 다른 누구보다 우크라이나의 슬픔과 역경에 다른 누구보다 깊이 공감하는 것일 텐데요. 그 어느 때보다 국가와 안전 그리고 삶의 의미가 중요하게 다가오는 요즘이죠. 그런 의미에서 오늘은 미국에서 손꼽히는 한류 연구자인 샘 리처드 펜실베니아 주립대 교수의 강의를 가져왔습니다. 그는 인종과 민족에 관련된 내용을 중심으로 질문과 답변 방식으로 강의를 진행하는데요. 이 강의에는 매 학기 700명 이상의 학생들이 수강 신청을 하고 있죠. 미국에서 가장 큰 규모의 강좌라고 일컬어지기도 합니다. 샘 리처드 교수가 이날 강의에서 던진 질문은 바로 가치였습니다. 그는 미국 퓨 리서치 센터의 설문조사 결과를 바탕으로 각 나라의 국민들이 중요하게 생각하는 가치가 무엇이었는지 짚어보는데요. 나라마다 다른 결과가 나왔고 이 설문조사에서 유독 눈에 띄는 결과가 나타나는 나라가 있었습니다. 바로 한국이었죠. 또한 샘 리처드 교수는 강의 시간에 한국, 중국, 미국, 멕시코, 캐나다 이처럼 각각 다른 문화권에서 온 학생들을 앞으로 나오게 해 묻습니다. 당신의 삶을 의미 있게 하는 것은 무엇인가? 라고요. 그리고 그가 제시한 가치의 목록은 가족, 직업, 경제적 풍요 등 다양한 요소가 포함되어 있었죠. 강의를 들으며 여러분도 한번 함께 생각해 보시겠어요?
For volunteers, we have a really nice array of people who have applied to volunteer. It would be nice if we had a few more people who are international students. What we're gonna talk about today are values and what we value. And this obviously is a topic that we could spend a whole semester talking about values and what makes life meaningful for us and so on. But we're not. We're going to spend 75 minutes, and now time has gone by, so it's going to be about 65 minutes. Just tell me, you're going to tell us what you see about these different countries from your particular perspective. Every single person in this room has just a different way of seeing things, right? Because everyone goes through something different. Right? Everyone sees something different. Everybody has different experiences. And so we often get stuck arguing with one another or whatever, having these conversations about the right way to see something, the wrong way to see something. But the truth is that every one of these people in here has a different vision of the world because every person has walked a unique path and has a unique background, just like all of you. So the Pew Research looked at 17 more advanced economies, and they asked people, what makes life meaningful? And just wanted to know, what is it? And they gave them all these different options here of really kind of focusing on what makes your life meaningful. So I want you all, the four of you, to look at this, and I want you all to answer that.
Health.
Health. Okay. What else?
Education.
What do you think Mexicans would say?
I think they would say family and spirituality or freedom or and religion.
And Danielle, how about you?
Right now I would say friends and education.
Yeah. And what do you think Americans would say?
Freedom and occupation, maybe. Society.
Yeah. Yun Song. How about you? What do you what is it for you?
I want to pick two, but I want to combine them.
Yeah.
One is material well-being and one is freedom.
Material well-being and freedom.
Free.
Chuzi, how about you?
For me, I value most friends and the health.
Interesting that you say that. So here is, I'm going to show you. So I saw this, and dude, first off, it's so fascinating that Yun Sung, that you answer material well-being as your top. So just take a look at that. We don't have China up here, and we don't have Mexico up here, but I know I can tell you what it's going to be for them. But look at how everybody says family, except Spain, which says health first, and families down here, which is so fascinating. South Korea, which is material well-being, which is exactly what you said. And Taiwan is society, and some of the society for Taiwan is largely because of just the relationship right now with mainland China and relation. Yun Sung, how about what is it that led you? You said material well-being, like you were right on with this. Like what is that? What's that mean?
Before I begin, I admit I saw your research and I should have answered the material well-being in the first place, but in my personal thoughts, so Koreans who grew up in 1950s, which is our ancestors and my fathers, they went through Korean War in their early childhood, and some of them lost their family in the. I mean, why most people pick material well-being in the first place is because they want to protect their family. I think it's the most thing they consider about it.
So what's interesting then is that, so what you're saying is, even though people are, so the number one, what's interesting about that with Korea is not only is it the number one, the only country that said material well-being came first. Interesting is that when you say material well-being, it means something very different out here for myself. Like I'm going to do like Choosy here, I'm going to have a startup and I'm going to make a lot of money and I'm going to buy a Ferrari or whatever.
That pick is not being a millionaire or being so rich like Elon Musk.
So the key is you don't really want to be super rich. You just want to be comfortable.
To just keep my family safe.
Keep the family safe. Okay. Which matters, right? Like here, which is interesting, right? Like in the U.S., so think about this. It's like, okay, we're going to put family first, but I'd like to be super rich, and then I can do whatever I want, and then that kind of is maybe I'll help me or maybe help my family. And you're saying like, no, the primary thing would be if I'm going to make money, it's to help my family. Yun Sung, right? What's the Korea story, right? How does that play into material well-being? Like, what do people not understand about Korea? Let's say, you said something about it earlier, but maybe just say more.
And my family, my father as well, has grown himself into those level, and I'm the result.
So he was able to go from nothing to something. And then you're the result of that.
가족을 지키기 위해 물질적 행복을 선택한다는 한국인 학생의 말에 동의하시나요? 미국 퓨 리서치 센터의 설문조사 결과가 발표됐을 때 한국 언론은 한국 사회의 물질 만능주의를 보여주는 사례라며 강하게 비판했었습니다. 대부분 국가가 가족을 최고 높은 가치로 꼽은 가운데 17개의 선진국 중 유일하게 한국만 물질적 행복을 선택했다고요. 어쩌면 맞는 지적일지도 모릅니다. 하지만 간과한 것이 있는 것 같습니다. 지난 100여 년 동안 힘과 물질적 풍요 없이는 가족과 나라를 지킬 수 없다는 사실을 뼈저리게 느낀 한국인들의 기억과 아픔 말입니다. 여러분은 어떻게 생각하세요?